Welcome to It's All About Connection, NVC with Dr. B.
This episode is about NVC for Dummies.
Okay, Heather, it's not really in alignment with what we're teaching here.
You liked it when I said it a minute ago. You loved it.
It was funny. I did think it was funny because it's kind of what we are striving for here without the judgmental label of dummies, because some people may take offense to that. Also, I just want to state for transparency purposes, we are not just having the audio version of this now, we're having the video version of this, so people can see us live on YouTube. I think you have to subscribe to my channel or something like that. I'll get more information on that because I don't really know how all of this is working. But today I did not dress up for my listeners or my viewers. I came straight from pickleball. And that was a priority for me this morning because I had a need for movement and fun and community. And it was all of those things. But I am not in professional attire. So I am mourning a little bit of acceptance, emotional safety, maybe predictability for my people who think that that people should look always businessy. I don't know. My thinking is most people don't care, but just saying that if anybody goes to watch this, you're going to see me at my finest. All right, let's get on with the content.
So NVC for Dummies, quote unquote dummies.
She put quotes around it for those of you that aren't seeing it. Yeah, well, this all came into being because it's funny, ever since I wrote my book and my brother read the book, he's kind of like more into NVC, which is a really nice little like side benefit that I wasn't expecting. And he called me this morning. He's like, I have an idea about the NVC thing. I know you're laughing because you could just see my brother doing that, right?
You guys are such an entrepreneurial bunch.
We really are.
I have an idea. I have a business idea.
And we usually go forward with them. Anyways, his idea was that like I need to break it down. He's like, you just need to make it simple. Make it simple, which you can't. I don't think that NVC is really a simple thing, but I think his point was, can you just give me one tip, one thing to work on only, like one thing at a time, so that I can remember it, because it's just too much, which I could really understand. It is the full NVC model, all the different pieces of it is a lot to take in. It can be very overwhelming. Have you found?
Yeah, there are a lot of moving parts. It can be overstimulating when you're reading about it or listening to it.
Yeah, and I think some people, when they first start taking the class, they are. I have thoughts that they're almost more stifled in their communication because now they know that there's this other way of doing it, but I can't do it yet. So I don't know what is supposed to come out of my mouth quite yet. So it's almost like you have to take a few steps backwards before you can take a few steps forward.
Yeah, it's like learning as we've talked about, learning a new language.
It really is. I mean, it really, really is. So here is our tip for today. Number one, simple, relatively simple takeaway, I think. Our bodies are these magnificent, I put in quotes because that's a judgment, these magnificent machines that are trying to communicate to us at all times. And, in nonviolent communication, if you do the self-connection process, which we just did an episode on that not too long ago, when you get quiet and you notice what's going on inside for you, what sensations are there, then I usually will steer you towards thinking about, okay, what does that mean in the way of what you might be feeling? And I do promote this list that has feelings on one side and needs on the other, and to help people get clear on what feelings are, because we do sometimes use words that we say or think are feeling words that are not feeling words, they're judgmental. So having an NVC list of feeling words can be helpful. So once you get quiet, what are you feeling? And if you notice that you're feeling things that you don't really enjoy, all that is your body system trying to tell you, you got a need that's going on here that's not being met. Let's go figure out what that need is. That's all. Your body's just trying to tell you you're having an unmet need experience in that moment. If you notice when you get quiet, if you are having internal sensations and feelings that you're enjoying, it's just your body's way of telling you you have needs that are being met. That's it. So the number one takeaway here is you're walking.
Self connection.
No, no, not even self-connection. You just you notice you're really pissed off about something. Our bodies are like screaming when you're pissed off about something. Like, I am very upset. It's pretty on. I think it's obvious for many people when they're upset. Like that's something people can connect to. Okay, I'm upset. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. And if you're having any of those moments, what I number one tip is go get your needs list. That's it. Tip number one, go get your needs list and start to look at the list and start to ask yourself what is the need that is underneath this rage at the moment? What is the need that is underneath my upset or frustration? Like just do that. That's step one. Do that.
What would you call that?
Step one. Figure out your needs.
Figure out your needs. You don't think that falls into the category of self connection? Maybe more
Yes.
somatic self connection?
Correct. Yes. Yeah, I do. I mean, it's underneath that, but that might be too complicated for people. Remember, we're doing NVC for quote dummies here, okay? We're so all we know is if you're angry, if you're having an experience that you're not enjoying, which is probably really gaining your attention. That's the one great thing when we get into a hard place. It's our body's beautiful way of saying, I want some attention here. Please pay attention. Something is not okay by me in this moment, and my little body here is trying to get my attention and let me know that. It's very similar. I actually did a little piece this morning on Instagram because apparently I'm supposed to be putting shit out all over the place so people know what this is, okay? But I did this little piece on Instagram because, oh, you'll appreciate this because yesterday I went and had lunch with Tyler. And I noticed, like, we both had a salad, pretty much the same salad. I think it's the one you actually like at the bar.
Oh,
And
yes.
and we were eating, and then she had like an eighth of her salad left over, and she's like, "I'm done. I'm full." She's like, "You want mine?" I'm like, yes, please give me yours. I don't even know if I'm full or not. I don't know if I don't care if I'm full. I'm just eating that because I really want to eat that. It's It's the same system that's telling your body, oh, something's uncomfortable here. Oh, it's because I have a need for some space internally. Like my physical body is actually full. It's the same system that when you're mad or upset, that's trying to ding, ding, ding tell you something, which is an amazing thing. And most of us are not connected up with our bodily system. Apparently, I'm not connected up with my bodily system when it comes to food. That's a little bit of a whole different story now.
I know
But
it's tricky because I think a lot of people aren't, yeah, in touch with their hunger. They're not in touch with what's going on somatically. So it really takes stopping and slowing down and checking in and being curious about what
yes,
might be happening.
yeah, that I actually was listening to a podcast this morning about how our society in particular is very disconnected from our bodies, like and from our feelings. Many people just aren't aware. So yeah, so step one here is slow down. If you notice you're pissed, because that's going to get your attention, even if you're not tuned into your body. Most people are in enough pain when they're pissed off or upset that they're looking to figure out something to do to get themselves out of that pain. At least that is happening. And if that's happening in the NVC system, I highly recommend getting your feelings and needs sheet and starting to think about, okay, what am I feeling? Clearly I'm feeling upset, angry, whatever. What is the need that's connected to that? Why? All this is my body's really trying to tell me something about a need. Can I get connected to that need? That's step one. We're not going to take it any further for today. Just step one right there.
That's
I'm
it.
hoping that will be helpful for people.
I
What?
guess this is just
Okay,
for your brother.
I'm gonna do that thing where I ask you a question that I already know the answer to. Why do you think I would want people to stop and just figure out their need in a moment like that? Why would that be useful?
Because it's useful for self connection and then connecting with other to know what your
Okay.
needs are and what you're bringing to the table, what you're celebrating, what you're mourning.
Yeah, well, I think it's part of the pain that people have when they're upset is they don't even have a lot of clarity on what is going on there for you.
Yeah,
So I
not a
think
lot of awareness.
when you can get connected to what the need is, there is some comfort. It's still usually pain, but there's at least some comfort in having clarity. So that's one great takeaway from it. I also think what you just said, now you have the language, now you have the thing that you want to get across to the other person, right? That all conflict is a tragic expression of an unmet need. If we're not even connected up with our needs, then we certainly have no way in the world of being able to express what that need is to the other person. And we're going to resort to all the other ways that we've learned to talk and communicate in a moment, which is usually more about blame or judgment, evaluations, all get mixed in. When you can have clarity on your need, at least now you have that one little step towards, hopefully towards connection about being heard and connection for yourself. So it seems like such a simple thing. I hope it is simple for people, because it's a good first step. There's many more steps involved here, but this is a good first step.
Yeah, first one done.
Wait, wait. I always do that. I'm never ready with the music. Shit, we're gonna get this eventually because we still have to give the number. Give the
Yes.
number.
And the empathy warm line number is 850-706-0488.
Right. And for those of you wanting to go beyond step one and really start to know the full NVC template, please come and join us in an intro class. And you can get information about our intro class at www.thebigbmethod.com. Thanks, everybody. And now here's the music. And we still need to, maybe
You've
there's
been
a way to
listening to
black
It's
out.
All About Connection,
There has to
NVC
be.
with Dr. B.
I don't-
For
Maybe
more
if we
episodes
just
and guest bios, please visit us at www.thebigbmethod.com. That's www.thebigbmethod.com. And remember, empathy first.
Just cover our cameras.
wait, it's still going, I think.
Oh, God.